fuck it, right?
Yep, we enjoyed, man. We had a great time. We did like we enjoyed because me with AKB we covered Limp Bizkit and break stuff. That song that cover was always a winning ticket, like literally. If there is a dead crowd, you still see that Cannibal Corpse dude with that Cannibal Corpse T-shirt still nodding his head, like nodding his head because it's
Yeah.
one of these things we went past to it. And you know what, whoever is still watching, thank you very much for watching. You know what, comment down on the comment section what was your getaway music to back in the days. Let's talk about like 2007, 6, back in the days, what you guys been jamming to. Because as I know, Sandeep took a huge U-turn because he was an extreme metalhead, man. Like still he's an extreme metalhead, but with the Palayan stuff, man, it's just like a different aurora and there's a different vibe, man. It's just like as I was just telling you before we start the show, it gives me an APC feel.
Yeah, I've been told that, and I don't listen to APC. I mean, I've heard a few songs, so that's pretty cool. I mean, that's cool.
I mean that.
Talking about you're talking about new metal and all. Like I used to play in a metal band and all these things. I think it's because I grew up in the new metal era that I like doing different types of music.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the new metal bands, well, majority of them, they did not really stick to one type of sound.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. They
You
kind
know,
of evolved. Yeah. They worked on their sound.
like even on a particular record that might be a little heavy, there will be a track or two that's like a little softer or a little more electronic or whatever it is. So for me, that's how I understood music to be. Like it doesn't have to sound one way all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm glad I grew up in that era, honestly.
And Ali Square is here in the house. What's up, Ali? Thank you very much for tuning in, man.
What's
He's
up,
saying
Ali?
he's saying loved your show at the fridge.
Oh, thank you. That show was a massive fail for me, but thank you.
Why it was a massive fail? What happened? There was like some technical issues or what?
Yeah, there was some technical stuff, but to be honest, like I don't play live a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in hindsight, when things got a little difficult on stage, uh, technical wise,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I didn't cope that well,
I mean, you still
So
have because you're a sound engineer and you're like mixing bands and stuff. Because you are a perfectionist in your category of business. You expect that stuff, when you go on stage. I mean, maybe that's why
yeah,
you
but
said.
it happens, man. Like we prepared so well for that show, and everything was going, it was proper, and then it it shit happens, man. Like, and then no matter how much you prepare, and then you start playing, and then things start going wrong. It is what it is. You have to learn to cope, right? You have to
Mm,
learn to,
just
uh,
like just fix it on the. It's like
yeah,
troubleshooting. It's just troubleshooting on the spot.
yeah. You just keep going, but it's
Mm,
okay. I mean, hopefully when I play again like that with a full band,
mm.
it'll be better. It's okay. You have to learn.
Yeah, and Ali is saying you should play live more, dude.
Yeah, man. I wanted to do it this year actually.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's
It was
this.
it was it was going to happen. I started talking to the band members because for me, I don't have a band. I have to
Mm,
make the band. I have to get
mm.
people. So in 2018, I put a band together, and it was pretty cool. And I wanted to do it again, and people were up for it. But lots of plans this year um, did not get fulfilled. So
Yeah,
it's
man.
okay.
Yeah, a lot of things got canceled with this freak show. You know what? We are on that topic of you gathering people for your band. So tell us about Palayan. What was the thought process behind it? How you came up with the name and how that feel of the music came to you? As in, like, what was the drive behind it, man?
Well, I guess I could say Palayan started uh, right after I wanted to quit music because
Okay.
things with the old band with Beneath the Remains and all that stuff like ended like badly, and I was kind of scarred from the whole thing because I kind of like not kind of I sacrificed a lot for that in the sense uh, I dropped out of university, um, and we were like 5 of us we said, okay, we have to sacrifice all these things, social life and this and all that. We have to go balls out and do this thing. Uh, but it didn't pan out that way because people wanted to go do other things, and it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. At that time, it was difficult, but like I had given so many years to it, and then people left, and there were only two of us left, and things became difficult, and things at home became difficult because I was like not making money from it, right? I'm just like writing music all day and recording music for like years and years and years. That's all I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, people bounced, and I was left with Jack, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, shit. So I had given up on the whole thing on music and all that, all of that. So I guess I got scarred from it, to the point of I went to sell all my shit. Like I literally made ads for all my gear, all my guitars and everything, and I was like, done. I said, I'm done with this. I'm just going to get my degree and then do whatever job I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like screw it. But when I came back to SAE to get the degree, um, I met one of my friends over here who became my friend. His name is Hisham. He's a music producer for films in India.
Mm-hmm. Shout out
And
to him.
like, shout out to Hisham, yeah. And I kind of, I don't know, like he wanted me to play on one of his songs for the projects in the college, and like that kind of like reignited something in me, and I just started making music that was not metal. Like I felt like I was able to express things a different way, and then I just kept doing that, and then I was like, I don't want to call anything I'm making Sandeep Sequeira.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to find a name, um, and then I found Palayan. Basically, I just wanted to find out, how do you say? I asked myself, what is music to me? That's what I asked myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do I call this, right? So at that time, the answer for me, I was just getting like music for me is an escape, whether I want the escape or not, right? Involuntary or
Mm-hmm.
voluntary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so then coincidentally, I found this word Palayan, right? Which is escape in Sanskrit. So I just stuck to it. Um, yeah,
Man,
that's how that started.
man, I love these names with the background to it. It's like there is a backbone to the name, and when people ask you about it, you actually have, you have something to explain about it. It's not very simple and like cut to the chase. We are just this. We're not, for example, like bread. You know, uh, it's
That's
Palayan.
not a bad. That's not a bad band name though.
Yeah,
We are
bread.
bread.
We are bread. Dude, I've been into bands like, Salman knows about this. I don't know if he was watching. Someone, Ali tagged Salman in this thing. Let's drag him into this. I was in a band called Sane. So what was the concept behind it is like, it was me, Fadi, and Sasan, and Salman. We were like, let's name it Sane. So after, if someone asks us which band you play, we're like, we play Insane. Exactly. We we were having a laugh about it, but it's one of these things. If just imagine it was catching up. Just just imagine which band you're playing it. Insane. It's funny. It's just funny. It's one of
It
these
is funny.
funny.
It's funny.
You know what? I'll get back to the comments. Ali is saying you need to do more. He's saying why you're not doing an online live stream show, as in like you play live. That's actually a good thing, man. I mean, you should do some live stream shows, as in like just pick up a guitar, play a few of your tracks, see how is the reaction. Because, dude, you don't know. Maybe it will fucking pick up, and you can
Yeah, I mean, I've wanted to do it, but I just haven't. But that's cool. Like I'll probably do it before the end of this year.
I can help you with a lot of things, man. I mean, I'm doing this, I'm learning, I can teach you whatever I learned so far, I can help you out. It's a great thing. I mean, like Twitch is the great spot for these things because music is very I mean, it's very welcomed on Twitch. Aside like,
Right, right,
on
right.
the side of gaming, music is the place. I mean, Twitch is the place for doing this stuff. And Aaron is saying, Aaron, sorry if I'm butchering your name, Aaron Henriquez, if I'm
Yeah, yeah. Henriquez.
yeah,
That's right.
Henriquez. He's saying I'm up for some backing vocals. You know what, dude? Step away. I'm up first. Shotgun. I'm doing backing vocals for him. So yeah, he's saying he's up for some backing vocals, and Kurosh still saying he gonna do some shreds licks on his cricket bat. You know, man, take a picture of yourself shredding and post it in the comment section if you can.
Yeah, please, please.
And Ali is asking, did Salman come up with the name band? With the band name Sane? Actually, Ali, I think it was Fadi and Salman. So you know what? I'll put myself in the loop so I can take the blame as well. We were just mad back in the days. We didn't know, dude. Look at my band name. At least AKB stands for Alpha Kenny Buddy. It's just an old ass joke, but dude, I still tell Nick, when I talk to him, it's like, man, you just mentioned, like, you introduced us on stage in a very bad way. It's like, he says it fast, so it gives that reference. And I'm like, dude, we are not trying to promote that. It's just a joke. Like, the first guy who actually contacted me after we played our first few shows, it was Ben Morrow, the drummer from the Crow Murder. Man, he contacted me on Facebook. He's like, dude, is your band name Alpha Kenny Buddy? I was like, yeah. He's like, man, that's a kick-ass name, man. It's like, that's awesome. That's why I said Palayan has that wow factor. When someone asks you, like imagine if you go into interviews, they ask you what's the the name origin, and you said it's a word from Sanskrit, and it means escape and stuff like this. I really love it, and you know what?
Thanks.
As long as we're on this topic, what you think we go and watch one of your music video? I think this one is called White, which
let's do it.
Man, I freaking love this track. Guys, enjoy the track. Tell us what you think about the track. And by the way, if you have any questions for Sandeep, please drop it in the comment section. I'm sure he's more than happy to answer a few questions of you guys. And here we go.
Silent room, deafening. Step outside, still not free. Who am I to fool? It's just me. These wicked thoughts never let me be. standing out is like no other. Reach for that star, just let me see her. Back to earth, there's no one here. It's all it's all it's all it's all
So, Sandeep, man, that's some crazy ass video, man. Give us all the insights, man. What it's all about, man.
What the video's about?
The
What
whole
song?
thing, the song, the video, what was the thought process behind it, man?
So it's basically I wrote that song after I had a dream where everything in the dream was turning white. It was really bizarre, but everything was turning white. So
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it the next day. So I don't know if it's like linked to that, but I just took those 2 days together and I brought it forward to Robbie Perenia. Shout out to him. Saying that this is the concept and can we do this? What do you think? And then we shot it at the place I work in, SAE, and also my sister Sanya Sequeira and Aaron Henriques, who was in the chat, was involved in
Shout out to
creating the
them,
video.
man.
Yeah, so I mean the if you saw in the video, everything turns to white eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's quite challenging actually. So like when I had hair back then, like I had a bunch of I had like Fevicol and milk and paint and like all these things in my hair. So it's quite fun. It's quite challenging though to get everything right.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Um, yeah.
Well, okay, what is the song? Okay, aside of the dream that you had, what is the song is talking about?
What's the song talking about? It's
Is it
how do you
about
say
the
this?
stuff that is it about the stuff that you saw in your dream?
It's about being how do you say, in awe of somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're out of reach,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like because they're out of reach, your life feels like it's in stop motion. You know, it's not like you're trying to get that, but it's not happening. And I think I used white as a term of like I give up and like I surrender,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, like white flag.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's out of reach now, and I'm not going to get this, and like do I give up, basically?
I mean, man, it's a crazy video. I really like the song. It's, as I told you, it gives me a lot of APC vibe, and it's like, you know, it's very different side of you. I mean, as I said, I know you as a extreme metalhead, but this thing is just way new to me for Sandeep. And we got Vivian in the house who's saying sup boys. Thank you very much for tuning in, Vivian.
Oh,
And
I gotta say, I wanted to share it, but like Vivian's new EP is
it's phenomenal,
awesome.
man. It's phenomenal.
It's a superb EP. I heard it like 5 times and I forgot to share it. I'm going to do that tonight. But his EP was fantastic.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And Vivian is not a stranger. I've been in a band with him. He's a chill dude. He's a crazy musician, and his debut EP is crazy. It's like a very,
Yeah,
like, you know, the side that he was always wanted to do.
Yeah, and I mean, I worked with Vivian once, right? When we did, I recorded drums for you guys
Yeah.
on that project. Yeah, so pretty cool.
So, what you think we hit it off and we watch another video? I think it's this one called it. If it wasn't from something, I
It
forgot
was
the.
never, it was never enough.
Yeah, it was never enough. So, you guys enjoy it. We're gonna listen to another music video. We're gonna watch another music video from Sandeep. So here we go.
Someone tell her that she's a fighter, no space to be her. Do I deny her? Fall from my arms, oh, in my heart. Fall from my heart, oh, mine. I miss you so. I see you next to me. Do you know I know everything you see? And when you say that there's no need for me, your heart must know you're everything to me. I fight with nature, I pull and she pulls. When all that we are, when we want forever, fall from my arms, oh, in my heart, fall from my heart, oh, mine. I miss you so. I see you next to me. Do you know I know everything you see? And when you say that there's no need for me, your heart must know you're everything to me. Run, does it run into your insides? Reach, do you see it with your eyes shut? Still, pacing in small circles. Was it ever enough? It was never enough. I miss you.
I think we're. Yo, what a crazy video, bro.
Thank you.
What a crazy video. So, before we changed here, you told me that some of this was shot in the U.S. So, tell
Yeah,
us.
during when I wrote this song, I was in Yosemite, in California, and I remember my sister directed and edited this one. Sunny Sequeira, and
Shout out to Sunny.
yeah, and I told her like I'm gonna film something here, and I want to see if you could use it. And then she said we would do this double exposure thing. So like she used some of the footage that I captured in Yosemite,
Mm-hmm.
and like did this double exposure thing where it's like part of me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, yeah, it came out pretty good. I think like the colors are pretty good, like pretty great.
I mean, the song is really fucking great. I mean, again, man, it's just for me because I look at it on a way that I never knew that you gotta be doing stuff like this. It's just like it's not a shock. It's like I'm like, wow, man, like.
Yeah, I get that, but for me, it honestly, it's like really natural for me to do music like this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know how it happened. Like I did not try to make music like this. It just comes out like this.
So okay. I mean, we saw these two videos. Out of these two, which one is your favorite? Like the whole process of filming it and the concept and the scenario behind it.
I don't think I have a favorite because every video I've done so far for Metanoia, I think we've done 9 so far. I'm always working with my friends who are also filmmakers. It's a blessing, that my friends are these amazing filmmakers and creators. So it's more about doing something with them than putting out a music video. Because for most of them, it was them who asked, like, "Hey, I want to do something."
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's I really like that. I really like creating these videos for the songs, and hopefully I will put out a video for every song on the record. That's in the works. So
That's great, man. I
but
mean, but it's gonna take a lot of work, man. You know.
yeah, and like so that in that sense, for me, I cannot pick a favorite because every video I've done so far that we've done together has been a unique experience on its own. So and like we like to do it like guerrilla style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like low budget, but try to like create something like that we're happy with.
That
But like
you can connect to. It can send the message across. It's like it has that feels.
yeah, like we have a concept in our head and we try not to with a small budget, try not to
Overkill it or whatever.
not overkill it, but like if we have a concept, we try to achieve it even with the low budget, like because you can, if you have the passion and you have the team and everyone's pulling together, you can do it, I think. So far whatever we've imagined, we've been able to do, so that's pretty good. And sometimes we've not been able to do something and it like gets messed up and we're still able to use it, so it works out.
I mean, that's great, man. I mean, I hope to see you on like larger places as like larger stages, and I mean your videos are like I get that cinematic feel to it as well, because as you said, when you have a team, everyone is putting their 2 cents in the whole thing, and plus you have, as you said, you have like filmmakers in the team, so obviously that cinematic factor is there, which it adds to it. It's really like very cinematic, and the music really complements it.
Yeah, also it's like with every project I do with all the filmmakers, I want their identity or like what makes them to be in the video. You know what I mean? It's not only this is a music video for me. It's something that we did together. You know what I mean? I want their identities to be on it.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
I think we've been able to do that, so that's been good.
Man, that's great. And I gotta jump back to the comments, and after that we're gonna be doing the rapid fire rounds, and I'll explain the rules to you in a bit. Vivian is putting a heart emoji, and he's saying, "Thanks, my dude. Glad you digged it." And Aaron saying it was never enough. I think he's talking about the video that we saw. Yeah, the song. And Kurosh is saying Sunny is really talented. Yeah, man. I've been following her stuff on Instagram, and she been active, man. She been active. She does very cool stuff, man.
Yeah, she does.
So for the guys who are not familiar with this concept that I do with the episodes and combos and chill. This round's called the rapid fire rounds, which I'm gonna be presenting the guest with two options, which he can choose any of them, and if he wants to elaborate on why he chose that answer, it's all up to him. And all the camera angle is his.
Oh my God.
So, Sandeep, are you ready, bro?
No.
Oh, you know what? Let's get the easy ones out of the picture. So the first one, and by the way, you guys, whoever's still watching, thank you very much for watching. Share this video on your timeline. Let them know about the page. And if you want to join us for this rapid fire round answers, please drop your answers on the comment section. So let's have fun together. So, Sandeep, the first one is Metallica or Megadeth?
Metallica.
Damn it. Okay. Which, yeah, I'm cool with that. I thought you would go for Megadeth.
No, Metallica all the way, man. All the way.
Okay.
You want me to explain why?
No.
Right?
I mean, because because when you talk to like extreme metalheads like you, when you present them this two options, like, no man, Megadeth, and I'm like, I mean that's kind of a shock to me that you said Metallica right away, which is completely fine. So
Yeah.
moving on, Iron Maiden or Judas Priest?
Maiden.
Eh. I don't get it. I don't.
I'm only saying Maiden because I don't listen to Judas Priest. I think I've listened to like one record, maybe Judas Priest. So I don't hate. I don't. It's not like I dislike. Nothing like that. It's just I've listened
I
to
get
a
it. I get
bit
it.
of Iron Maiden. Yeah.
Junaid is in the house. What's up, man? He's saying what's up. Thank you very much for tuning in, Junaid. And moving on, bro. Engineering or performing live?
Engineering.
Is that for a specific reason?
I feel more comfortable doing that, I think.
Mhm.
You know?
Moving on. Are you a team player or a solo guy?
Both. Because in Palayan, I like to do it like solo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like whatever I have in my head. But not really though, because I do get like people to like record on my songs, like other musicians, like like sarangi players, tabla players, and I guess with the videos it's like a collaborative thing. But like making music, I think solo for me. But like the other way, which is a teamwork with my other band, Physical Graffiti or Counting in Spanish, like it's a collaborative thing. So a bit of both. I can't say which one.
Cool. And Junaid is saying Maiden for the win. I hate you. Okay, moving on, man. Singing. Okay, death is not an option in these two, so you need to stick around for one of these two. You need to choose one of these two, and it's just a fictional thing. So,
Okay.
Singing forever or playing guitar, and death is not an option.
Singing forever or playing guitar forever?
Yep.
Playing guitar forever.
Okay. Moving on. Getting inspired by traveling getting inspired by traveling or an incident.
Incident.
Moving on. Bands are hard to work with. Yes or no?
No. But it depends on the band though.
Really?
Yeah, it depends on the band.
Well, I mean, I'm coming after you with the other questions. Singers.
Well-
okay, carry on.
No, I mean like so far with bands are you talking about bands I've produced?
Whatever. Like in your career, the bands that you worked with.
Well, so far I'm only working with people whose music I like and like who I like how do you say gel well with, because I'm not doing this to survive or like make a living from it, so to speak. You know what I mean? So I'm not in the position to work with things I'm not comfortable with. So far it's like that. But one day I'd like to not to work in a situation where I'm not comfortable.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Moving on. Singers, songwriters can be jerks. Yes or no?
No. Are you calling me a jerk?
No, no, it's just no. Dude, it's just a question.
No,
Oh,
no.
cool, cool. Okay, moving on. Recording artists and live performers are different. Yes or no? Like,
Uh, like recording artists, like people in the studio and like live performers.
yep.
Yeah, I think if people have played live a lot and not spent enough time in the studio, there is a difference. Yeah,
So
but
it really matters in their performance as like when they want to record in the studio.
oh yeah, man, yeah, it is, because you could be in the studio and like you've played live a lot, and then when you come to the studio and like you're kind of under the microscope, and um, at many times I have come across people who play a lot live and then they come to the studio, they're not quite bringing it. And then also with people who are really like how do you say good players, and they can be tight, and like you kind of need that live aspect as well, because you can be sitting and just like recording, but you're not bringing that energy to the recording. Yeah, so you need to have that live feel. So yeah, it's like you need both, but I don't think it's the same experience, live, playing live and recording.
Yeah, I think you need you need to have that experience in both sides
Yeah.
of the story. So
Yeah.
yeah. So moving on, death to all but metal, or I like other stuff too.
I like other stuff too.
Can you give us an example of other stuff you listen to?
Other stuff I'm listening to. This rapper named NF.
Okay.
And also, I've been listening to this band called Sleep Token. Have you heard of them?
No, man.
Incredible band. Oh my God! Like there are parts of the record you're playing. It just sounds like uh, an R&B record sometimes, or it sounds like a soul record, or
Nice.
just like a piano pop kind of thing. And then it just goes into this gent thing,
Oh.
and then it goes into synth wave. Like, so that record, I guess, is like an answer for your question.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So moving on, are you a deadline guy or chilled with timings?
I like deadlines.
Is it the challenging factor of it you like?
No, I like for example, like my every day of mine is in the diary. You know what I mean? Like I need to know what I need to do per day, or if I need to complete a project, like I'll say, okay, it'll be done by this date, um, and then I work towards that. But I like deadlines more than just like being laid back.
Which I
Yeah.
think it's better to work with a deadline, but you need to have your homework done.
It depends on
Yeah.
like your workflow and the person you are, right? So
So moving on, as a producer, do you bring out that magical side of the band or artist out? Yes or no?
I'd like to think so.
Were there any examples of that happened with you in your journey?
Like producing bands.
Yep. Or any artist.
Yeah, I mean, also, most of the guys I've worked with, I like working with guys who are releasing their first projects. Because like when I was starting out doing my stuff, like I did not have someone to how do you say, guide me, or like be that fifth member. You know what I mean? So if I mean, I believe I can help out and like bring the best out of them, or bring the best out of the song that they're trying to create. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
have a song. I think and if they trust me to do that production, I need to have the confidence that I can bring out the best in that band and in those songs.
Which
Yeah.
man, which it's a great thing. Like for me especially, I had that connection with the producer, and it's beautiful when the guy understands you and you're on the same page, and he actually presents something to you that it's really complementing the stuff that you want to do. Is just crazy good, crazy good. So moving on, every band has that one guy who thinks they are Mr. Know-It-All. Yes or no?
I think I don't know if that band. I think that's with like people in general.
Well, I'm putting it in a band perspective.
Well,
Did you come across anyone that one guy or two guys were like, hey man, we know more than you?
maybe then Beneath Remains, maybe.
Uh,
You know, and at that point we were all kids. Like we thought we knew shit. We didn't know anything.
what a
You know.
poor guy. He had to name his own band.
I said someone from my band, not me.
Yeah.
Someone.
So the last one for this section, do you like raw amp sounds, like miking up the amp and stuff, or VSTs and programming?
I like both. I like both. I think now today, if you just take that at this very moment, like amp, like VSTs and like I use a Kemper
Mm-hmm.
for my recordings. Sometimes I use plugins. Some projects I've done with amps. It just really depends on what you're going for.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think like someone can say like no amps are the best or like um I think it's evolved, like plugins have evolved um, to being great for use. Like I know there are records being put out now just on simulators. Like on like plugins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it sounds fantastic. If it sounds great, it sounds great, right? It doesn't matter what the hell you used.
It just depends on your taste, that how you want to go about the sound for that specific album.
Yeah, I mean, like you can plug a guitar into the amp, and like it just depends on like who's playing it and like the tone from their fingers and all of that, right? So you can make uh, a shitty guitar or a shitty amp sound good if you're a good player. That's what I believe. So really, in my head, what you use in terms of plugins or like amps, it doesn't really matter because it depends on the player eventually.
I mean, that's a great side to hear. So you know what? Let's talk a bit about the LP that you released under the name of Palayan.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How was the process, man? How long it took you, and how many tracks was it? Was it a concept album, or how was it? Just guide us in.
Well, I when I started Palayan in 2012,
Mm-hmm.
I think in by 2014 I had recorded 40 songs, and some of which I had released on YouTube and stuff. But I had all these songs that I had recorded, and then I did not do Palayan for a few years, or 1 or 2 years, and then I felt like I wanted to put out something, and I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't want to put the stuff that I already recorded. I wanted it to be something new. So when I started doing Metanoia, basically I just went through my voice notes and I thought I was going to do an EP. And then I was going through my voice notes and I found 20 songs that I had written like in my voice recorder, right?
Man, I always thought I'm the only guy who does that.
No, man. There's a lot of people that do that. So I found these voice notes in this. So the exact order the record is in is the exact order the voice notes were in. So I did not change the order of the voice note, anything. So I eventually recorded 20 songs, but I only put out 15, out of which 4 are interludes. So 11 full tracks and 4 interludes. So yeah, I mean, it took me. How long did it take me? I took a month off from work. Work was gracious enough to let me take leave, paid leave for 1 month to record this. So that was pretty amazing. So I recorded most of it I recorded 20 songs in 28 days. Yeah, because that's all I was doing for 28 days. And then the other bits of like recording Indian instruments that I had on it, like sarangi and tabla and flute and the Hindustani Carnatic singers. I got some turntables done on one of the tracks.
Nice.
Got some string sections and all of these things. So I did that a few months later in India over 3 days. So I think in all it took me like 35 days to record the whole thing and edit, and then maybe like a week to mix it. Yeah, and then I mixed it, and then I went to London to master it at Metropolis Studios.
And
So yeah, I
was
think
it
the whole
was it like there was a concept behind it that you went with these sounds that you wanted, or you just like felt it's
no,
needed?
not really. I don't start a song with like, okay, it's gonna be this type of song. It is what it is. Sometimes I'll start. If anyone's listening, there's a song called Five that starts the record. That song started with acoustic guitars like throughout. Like that was the main thing, and then like some electronic beats and synths and all of these things. But at the end of it, I felt like the acoustic guitars were killing the vibe, so I just removed the acoustic guitars. And so like there's never a fixed sound. Like it is what it is. Like I never try to make a certain type of song. So it just the songs just, how do you say, form on its own, like whatever I'm feeling at that point.
And you just get ideas while you're doing it, and these were the things that came along the way that you need to add, like those Indian instruments.
Yeah, I
to
mean,
add-
I always want to do that. Most of the Indian instruments, like the sarangi and all of, and like violins and stuff, they were actually vocal lines that I had put on top. And before, my older stuff would have these vocal lines, but I always wanted to have Indian instruments on them, because I like fusion music, but I don't like typical fusion music. I don't like, as in it's not what I listen to, but I like elements of other. How do you say?
like you like to mix up things, as in like to put the traditional and the cultural stuff in your things. You
Yeah.
like to go back to that.
Yeah, so I remember at the start of the show, I said, Desert Rose. Desert Rose?
Yeah.
By
Desert
saying,
Road, yeah.
remember that Arabic or like Moroccan thing?
Yeah, Shab Mummy.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And even in Frozen, I think there's something there, right? In Madonna's song Frozen.
I think so, because that, I mean, it has that Oriental scale into it.
That, yeah. So like that's, and I guess because of my childhood listening to Indian classical music, I've always gravitated towards songs that have elements of other cultures in them. You know what I mean? So I've always wanted to do that, so that this became part of the record. And if I hear it in my head, then I want to put it in there. That's it. If I hear tablas, I want to put tablas. If I hear sarangi, I want to put sarangi there. So
Okay, which one was your favorite instrument that you were like, wow, man, that brought out a lot of a lot of color out of this track?
if I take there's a track number 10, I think, Peel. If I take out the tablas from that song, the song has no energy. It has no vibe. It has nothing.
Nice.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's a tabla song with drums backing the tabla. Instead of the tabla being like the tabla like accompanying the drum kit, it's the drum kit accompanying the tabla. So yeah, I can say the tabla.
So you know what? I don't know if this track is from the album. It's called "If I Have to Leave." What? I'm screwing up your song names, man.
If I have to grow, you must go.
Okay, if I have to grow, you must go. This is this is from the LP, yeah.
Yeah, so this is like the album closer, and it's like it's got nothing to do. It's like sonic wise, like I don't think most of the record has like I don't know how to say this, but like it ends like in a heavy-ish feel. I didn't want it to make it heavy. I actually recorded a full version of it being an acoustic track, but at that time I was not feeling it, and then it just became this like hard rock thing. So yeah.
So you know what? We're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna listen to it. So you do the explanation after we're back. So you guys chill, get your tea. We're gonna watch another music video of Palayan, and I forgot the name again. What was the name? If I have to leave. Why you need to put long names for songs, man? Anyway, you guys enjoyed. We're gonna come back to you guys in a bit.
Wrap the knife a little tighter. What am I going to do? You've taken everything I know. Abandoning you, let me go. If I have to go, you must go. Come a little closer. Pull a little higher. Make your way slow. Wrap the knife a little tighter. Driven by past mistakes, tell me what you have found. Bring up my old mistakes. There's nothing left to be found. Driven by past mistakes, tell me what you have found. Bring up my old mistakes. There's nothing left to be found. What am I going to do? You've taken everything I know. Abandoning you, let me go. If I have to go, you must go.
So, Sandeep, man, that was such a heavy freaking video, bro. Tell us all about it, man.
Okay, so shout out to Anirudh Menon in India. It was the video the video is now the video that is there now was basically a animated film that Anirudh had made for his, I think, in his last year of art school.
Mm-hmm.
He's a graphic artist and singer-songwriter and producer in India.
That is a sick video,
Uh,
man. It's a sick video.
and basically, I remember seeing the his short film, the animated film, like 3 4 years ago, I think, and I remember him saying that he didn't know what to do with it, or that he was not going to put it out, or something like that. And a couple of years later, I messaged him asking him, "Hey, like, there's this film that you did. Are you going to put it out? Because I have an idea of turning that into a music video."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So my sister Sanya, she um, somehow edited it in a way, because what you see is like not what the movie was about,
Mm-hmm.
So somehow I gave her a brief of what I want from the video, and like she executed it really well. And people have asked me, "Yo, man, how much did you spend on this video, and who animated this, like blah blah blah?" And I said, "Well, it's just the same thing. It's just collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
I took Anirudh's movie, and we made a music video out of it. And I'm so glad that he agreed to give the film to us, that we could make a music video out of it. I think it turned out pretty good.
So what is the concept of the movie that gelled with the music?
Well, the song is about, we can just say the song is about me, and like there's a version of myself that I had to leave behind to move forward, So that's what it means. If I have to grow, you must go,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I need to keep these parts of me behind, and I need to um, let go of this version of myself so that I could become a better version of myself. And in the video, like you can see, there's two people at all times. So there's one. The way we did it is that the main character has a shadow. There's another version of himself, and he's trying to find a way to let go of the self, And at the end, you can see that they come together,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And the point of that is that in order to let go of something, you have to make peace with it. You have to embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't run away from it, right? You embrace it, you make peace with it, and only then you can um, move forward. That's the way I look at it anyway. So yeah,
I mean, it's
that's
a sick video, and I really enjoyed it, man. I mean, that's the thing I was saying, man. I mean, you being an extreme metalhead, but suddenly this side of you fucking rises up, and like you're a very smooth guy, and like you like you like chill music and stuff like. It's like, man, where have you been all this fucking time, man? It's just crazy. I mean, why I'm saying this is just like it's a good shock. It's like, wow, really? I know this fuck. And he was like much more of like like, and then he comes out with this. It's just fucking beautiful, because
Thank you, man. Thank you.
it's just crazy, because you don't come across. I mean, in my life, and in my whatever 33 years of my life, I never had. I mean, I was much more in that crew that yeah, metal and stuff like this, or like hip hop or stuff like this. But now that I'm like a bit back, I'm seeing like a lot of people, a lot of my friends that they're musicians, they're going in different ways, trying different stuff. Again, one of the main reasons for people like doing different things now, it's because of the pandemic. It's just nice that you see that your friends have other alternative options to go to, and you came out with Palayan. You remember the first day you were in the early days of recording, or in the early days of writing, when I heard like I think few tracks of you, I was like, dude, please let me play bass for you, but you ignored
Yeah,
the fuck out of me.
I did.
Like literally, he looks at the messages like, okay, scene, no reply for Sandeep. Dude, I'm just pulling it. Like, obviously, when it comes to a craft that you are very proud of, you don't want to just like drag in people that you're not. It's not that you're not trusting. It's just you want to shape it up in the way that you want, and
I mean, it's just like it's a personal project of mine. At least it started out like that, like a very personal thing, and like I don't necessarily want to do that for the rest of the stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I want to get more people on than before. So yeah, it's so this is a different time now.
Yeah, man, it's amazing that I mean, you know what? I will like I'm always asking my guest at the end of the show before wrapping it up.
Yeah.
I mean, the question is literally what's next. You can take it, okay, if it's what's next for Palayan or what's next for Sandeep Savio or what's next for the music, like this type of music in general. What's next?
Well, what's next? I want to finish the rest of the videos for the record,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not. I'm not making these videos to promote the record, so to speak. It's just something that I want to do for each of the songs. I want it to have a visual representation. I want to complete those ones. I think I have four left to do. So hopefully by the end of this year, I'll be able to do that. After that, I want to film a live recording with with the band, right?
That's great.
Uh,
That's freaking great, man.
yeah, do like a live session, and I'll do it in a place like not in a studio, like in a different environment. I'll take my home studio to the location, and we'll film it, and we'll put out like a live recording of
Mm-hmm.
some of the songs from the record. So that's that, and then with that, I will close the Metanoia chapter, and then after that, like this year, I had planned before the pandemic hit. I wanted to start recording the next batch of Palayan tracks, and I have 60 songs to go because I wanted to record three records at once.
Wait a second.
Um,
6-0?
60, yeah.
Dude, kudos to you, man. Dude, what the 60 freaking songs you have ready.
Yeah.
Dude, man, where have you been all this time? I know you've been off radar, but 60 songs, man, that's too much, man. That's fucking.
No, but it's not like part of one record. Like I want to put out an instrumental record,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
right? So I'm not going to sing on that. There's not going to be any lyrics on that. It's just going to be music.
Like
Uh,
post rock stuff, you mean?
like post rocky, yeah, with
Mm-hmm.
like fusion elements and like stuff, so an
Mhm.
instrumental record, and then I want to put out a double record,
Nice, nice.
so yeah, that's what I have planned for Palayan. And then other than that, I'm just going to keep producing uh, stuff for my friends, so currently I started working this artist called Jerome Delegro. I can't pronounce his last name, Jerome. um,
Okay.
he's an amazing musician. I'll just put it that way, right? He's an amazing singer, amazing guitar player, an
Mhm.
amazing composer, an awesome guy. So we had started recording his EP in Feb, and we were about to continue doing the guitars and all that, but like this whole situation has happened, and I've not been able to complete it. So hopefully September we complete that, and then I will start recording Daisy Grimm's uh, like next record.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what's planned music wise.
Man, I don't know about you, but I had a blast talking to you. It was like, just chilling at Chai Place and just kicking it back, but talking more details about your project. I hope you
Thank you,
enjoyed it,
man.
man, because I enjoyed it. It's like it's been eons since I've met you. It
Yeah,
feels like eons, man. It's just been 3 years, but still, it's a
I'm
long
I'm
way.
so glad. I'm so glad that we did this, and we are overdue for another chai.
For sure, man. I mean, we can do. I mean, Chai Place doesn't exist anymore, but we can find another alternative.
Well, I'm off from day after, so we can do it. But yeah, I'm glad to do this. I missed you a lot, and I'm glad
Same
we
here,
got to
man.
catch up like this.
It's amazing, man. You know what? Before wrapping it up, tell the audience where they can find you on social media.
So on Instagram and on Facebook, you can type Palayan Music, and on streaming services, just Palayan, and you can
On
find my
You're on YouTube as well, yeah.
on YouTube as well. Yeah,
What is your
so
handle
that's
for YouTube? It's Palayan.
it's just Palayan. Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Any other platforms?
no, I just have Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and then all the streaming services. You can find my music on all the streaming services.
Bandcamp.
Also,
Mm.
I put out the Metanoia in 2017. So it was supposed to release today, but I sent out the instrumental version of Metanoia
Mhm.
for distribution, but it's not come out today because I guess because of COVID, there's a delay.
Oh.
But I've released. I want to release the instrumental version of that record as well. It's got a different flavor to it, I think.
That's amazing. And you guys heard the main guy. You guys can follow him on Palayan Music on Instagram and on Facebook. And you can subscribe to his channel on Palayan. And you can find all his music on Spotify, Deezer, and all these digital platforms. Sandeep, any final words, man, to wrap this thing up?
Yeah, all the best with the show. I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks, man. Thank you very
Like
much.
honestly, I've been watching the other ones as well, and I pretty much watch the whole thing all the time. So you're doing a great job, and most importantly, I love the show because you are you. So just keep doing that.
Thank you very much, man. It means the world to me. Man, it's been a crazy ride for everyone, and we had to do something about it, and I'm happy that I'm doing this. And as I said to you off air, it's much more of a connection with the live audience, and
Yeah.
it's that feel, because I'm missing playing on stage and stuff like this. But again, I will stop myself of blabbering because I have that I have that tendency of talking a lot. So, you know what, guys? Thank you very much for tuning in for tonight's episode 25. Our guest was Sandeep Savio Sequeira from the band and the owner and the front line of the whole thing, Palayan. So you guys go down to his channel, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and follow him on all the social media outlets, platforms, whatever. Do all the good stuff. Share some love with this dude. And I will just remind you guys about the giveaway from Gamers Lounge Dubai page on Facebook. They're doing a giveaway for three days, which each one has a week of it has a period of 1 week to participate, and it's only for local participants. You can find that post on my page on Facebook and on Instagram. So go over there, give them a shout out, join the clique, do your just try your luck. Maybe you're gonna win some goodies like action figures and games. So, Sandeep, thank you very much for joining on this session, man. I had a blast, and I hope to see you soon, bro.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Take care of yourself. Have a good night. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care.